Okay, for this photo, she had some concerns about the eczema and said that they have a hard time getting a photo that doesn't show the eczema. And so I'm going to show you some things. One thing, the face isn't perfectly in focus here, and so I actually can't see much problem with the face. It's pretty smooth because it's not perfectly in focus. But if there is some issues going on with dry skin or redness, things like that, there are some fixes that you can do. So I'm just going to look and see if there's anything that I can fix with this spot healing tool. Maybe possibly a little bit there and on the neck. And one thing that I would recommend, if you're doing like an entire session and they have skin issues, then you can't make the whole session black and white. Well, you could, but they might not appreciate that. But one thing you can do is just do a black and white, and that will take care of any redness issues in the face or anything like that. So I'm going to just take a snapshot so I can go back to here. But I'm going to make this one black and white. I'm going to use one of the Totally Rad actions here. And make it black and white. You can see the before and the after. So that's one action you could do. I think this one's not a very strong black and white, so I'm going to run Pioneer Women's Boost on top of it, just to give it a little bit more contrast. So there's an idea. If you like black and white photos, you've gotten rid of the red, it takes care of a lot of the skin blemishes, and there you go. So I'm going to flatten and sharpen this just so we're ready there, and make a snapshot. And then I'm just going to go back to our original color just to show you how you can take some red out. One thing to notice too is this picture is taken right next to a wall that is really warm tones and similar in color to the skin tone, and it's going to make the problem worse. So one thing to do is really watch where you're taking the pictures by and what you're using as your background, and that can help if there's some skin issues going on. So we talked about before taking red out of certain places when we worked on that ear of the other photo. So we can do the same thing here. Just kind of select the face area. I want to make sure all of his skin is in there. And then I'm going to make an adjustment layer with hue and saturation and choose the reds. And it doesn't show, but this part is still the only part selected here. As you can see, this mask shows you that right there, that it's just his face. So just so you know what you're working with. So you can pull the saturation back a little. And you want to be careful, again, because you don't want him to look gray. But you can just take a little bit out just so it's not quite as red. There's before and there's after. And then I'll just run a color action on here. This is why I love actions. You can see so many things right now are happening and going through with these actions, and it saves so much time just to have something that runs it all. So I'll pull that back a little bit, and there's before and after. So let's make, I'm going to get rid of this just so we can see better. I'll make one more snapshot here. So here is the before, here's the black and white, and there's the after in color. there's the before, and there's the after. So it helped taking a little bit of the redness out of the skin. I couldn't see a lot of skin issues going on, so I didn't see a whole lot to fix. He has actually pretty decent skin. So, that's just one tip if there is bad skin, to go with black and white, or you can take the redness out.